Hi, everyone. This week we'll be working on Module 4, and we'll continue working on our first project on having a growth mindset. So in this module, you'll be asked to complete an annotation assignment. You'll also be asked to complete an active reading assignment, and then you'll be asked to write a summary. There's no discussion this week, and so you're just working on your assignments, and please let me know if you have questions as you complete them. So the first assignment that you'll work on is called the Scribble Annotation Assignment. Scribble is an online tool that allows us to annotate or mark, write on, add comments to websites online. So you're asked to use Scribble to annotate the article, "You Can Grow Your Intelligence." You'll see a video in the module. There's also some text instructions. And so you should watch that video, follow the instructions so that you can create a Scribble account, and you can add the Scribble toolbar to your browser. And then you're asked to read the article, "You Can Grow Your Intelligence." And as you read, you should highlight key sentences. So maybe in each paragraph, what is the most important sentence to remember? You should also mark and define any complex or interesting words that you see. Add comments to summarize sections. And so after reading a little bit, add a comment and try to describe what the ideas were in your own words. Then also add comments to write your reactions and any questions you have as you're reading. So the article basically looks like this. And when you add the Scribble toolbar and create a Scribble account, you'll see the toolbar across the page. It may be on the top of the page, or it might be on the bottom of the page, depending on how your browser is set up. And so with Scribble, what you're able to do is to add highlighting to the text. And so notice how I've highlighted some sentences here in pink. You're also able to highlight in different colors. And so I chose a green highlighter for complex vocabulary words. And then you're also able to add comments. And so comments in which you summarize what you're reading, and comments where you react or write your own questions. So try to really interact with the reading as you're completing it. This is what's called active reading. We're actively marking things that are important. We're defining vocabulary that we think might be confusing. You could look up the word online, look for a definition. We're writing questions, writing our reactions, summarizing what we read. We're much more likely to be able to understand what we read and remember what we read if we annotate as we read. So I don't know if this has happened to you in the past where you might be reading something and then at some point your mind starts to wander and you're not even really sure what you just read, right? If we annotate instead, then we stay focused on the reading. We pick out what we think is most important. This is also going to help you to write a summary later in the week where you describe the main points in your own words. And so if you have these comments where you're writing a summary of the sections, you can just use your comments to help you make your summary later in the week. There are also instructions that tell you how to turn in your Scribble assignment. But basically, you're going to use this toolbar to interact with the text. The little highlighter button is how you choose highlight colors. There's a little arrow next to it, so you can choose a color that you'd like to use for identifying important sentences, maybe a different color for interesting or difficult words. Then there's also a little comment button next to that with an arrow by it. That'll also let you choose the color of comments that you want to use. Maybe you could choose, pink or another color to summarize, yellow or another color to write your reactions or questions. And then you'll also see this little white box with the arrow on it. This is how you'll get a Scribble link to be able to submit it in the course. And again, there are detailed instructions in the course, but I'm here if you have any questions. You can always set up an appointment with me and we can go over this together if you'd like my help. So you'll also see the active reading assignment. And what this assignment asks you to do is, now that you've read the article, you should answer the questions you developed in the previous module. And so remember, you developed some questions, right? As you were going through the article, you looked at the headings and you made a question out of each heading. Now is your turn to write an answer, and make sure to write the answer in your own words, right? And so if you find that maybe your question needs a little bit of revision, it's fine to change your questions. And so if you look at, number 3 and you're not happy with that question anymore, you can adjust it if you'd like, and then write an answer now that you've read the article. And we do this because using that strategy of developing questions and answers also helps us really focus on the text, and it helps us pick out what we think is most important from each section. So this is an active reading strategy. And I would encourage you to try this in any other courses you're taking as well. And so as you're reading, develop questions and answers. As you're reading in other classes, annotate the pieces that you read. I think you'll find that you're able to understand the material better and you're able to remember it better, which will help you on any quizzes, exams, any discussions that you complete, any assignments that you complete in college. Finally, you're asked to write a summary. And so your summary, it should just capture what you think are the main points of the article you read. You can grow your intelligence. And so you can use your annotations, use your active reading assignment to help you make a summary of this article that you've read. Make sure to give credit to the title of the article. There's some examples here, and the authors or the creators. And so you can use these kind of starters here if you'd like, or state these ideas in a different way. But whenever we summarize, we always want to give credit by including the title of the piece and the creators or authors that put it together. And I would suggest you proofread your summary. You might read it aloud to listen for any errors that you might hear, and then save it and submit it in the course. You'll see a checklist at the end of the week. Again, this helps you complete the tasks. It helps you keep track of what you've completed and make sure that you've completed everything that was assigned. If you have any questions as you're going through this module, feel free to contact me. Again, we could set up an appointment if you'd like some help. We can meet during office hours or on another day and time if that would be better for you. We can talk by phone or we can meet in Zoom video if you'd like any help. I hope you have a great week. I hope you find these strategies helpful, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thank you. Take care.